Welcome back to Fast Money. There is drama at Disney over its latest release of Mulan. Let's get back to Julia Boorstin, who's on that story also. Julia.
Well, Melissa, Disney opens its big budget film Mulan in China on Friday after multiple delays and also amid calls on Twitter to boycott the film. Disney drawing criticism for in Mulan's closing credits, thanking Chinese government agencies for assistance in shooting the film, including 2 agencies accused of human rights violations in Xinjiang. That was one of many locations in which Disney shot in China, though much of the film was shot in New Zealand. Now, the State Department has estimated that over the past 5 years, as many as 2 million minority people in that region of China have been imprisoned in internment camps. The Chinese government has said the camps are part of an effort to improve the region's security. Now, this comes as Disney is hoping China will be a meaningful contributor to Mulan's box office. The film is based on a Chinese legend and stars a Chinese actress. She sparked controversy earlier this year after she tweeted support for China's Hong Kong crackdown. Now, the movie cost an estimated $200 million to make and much more to market, and there's a lot riding on the Chinese movie-going market, which pre-COVID was projected to surpass that of the U.S. box office this year. We've reached out to Disney. No comment on this issue. Melissa?
Just to be clear, Julia, who on Twitter is calling for the boycott? I mean, is it primarily human rights watchers in the United States or in Europe, or is it actually China?
Largely people in different parts of Asia. We've seen calls in Thailand and Taiwan and Hong Kong, of course, considering the conflict there and predating it, especially with the star of the film.
Okay, Julia, thank you. Julia Boorstin. Tim Seymour, is this going to be a headache for Disney, which got an upgrade, a glowing upgrade yesterday on its DTC, right, exactly, on the streaming product?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a headache for a squeaky clean mouse house that you don't expect this from. But to be clear, I think Disney has walked a tightrope in the past and always ends up as Disney. Look, Asia is about 14% of their revenue base. U.S. is certainly still part of the story. What analysts are starting to do, and this is what Deutsche did, is they're looking at, they call it a land grab in DTC, and they look where they are, but they look at the ability ultimately to be able to release their Star Wars line through premium video. PVOD is something that ultimately for Mulan is part of how they are evaluating the closed theaters in the United States. So to me, the fact that Disney is changing a lot of the way they do things, including closing certain networks and unprofitable business lines at a time when they do need to focus on efficiencies and balance sheet. I think the market's been at times overly hard on Disney, and sometimes, during periods where NASDAQ is selling off, they may forget about some of the issues that Disney has in front of them. Longer term, again, I talk about this all the time, 4 main business units that are, even of them in and of themselves, very profitable and important to each other.
It is amazing that it ended up in the credits. Special thanks to an agency that operates, labor camps in Xinjiang, Grasso. And you would think that for a company like Disney, there wouldn't be this blatant of a stumble.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that wound up there, but whenever you try to pick a stock based on that, we tried to do that with Facebook and it didn't work out. So I'd be more concerned with the $26 billion that's coming out of parks for Disney, but the stock itself, the level of the hold is 130, and then of course the 200-day moving average at 123. I think Disney's okay here, and especially as we move towards a vaccine, that $26 billion comes closer to actually happening again and being able to be replicated.